No one is asking. Aquila or anyone else in here has experience with demons. I feel them all over me, trying to get in my body, and I can sense them sometimes. I can see I can see them, and what can I do to protect myself? If you feel them and see them, I would sort of like start defining them, sort of like splitting them into the groups. Like, let's say, okay, here's like the entities and demons I might be seeing and experiencing and feeling and all this stuff. I need to make sure, like, okay, here's like how many demons there are. There's like these entities, they look like this, da 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 da. And you basically sort of like get them into the groups of like demons and let's say entities and maybe some other like ETs and all this stuff. You get them into specific like bubbles or like clusters. And after that, you're looking into like, okay, how are these beings affecting me? Like, what do they want? Specific ones that are like trying to drain my energy. Specific ones that are like trying to make me feel bad, wrong, and guilty. Specific ones that are like trying to make me feel this like despair or maybe disappointment, maybe depression and all the other things. And you're sort of like looking all over the place, but like literally putting labels on them so that you for yourself would be clear about who's there, what's going on, how are they affecting you. Once you have everything sort of like in clusters and labeled, then you can simply start from one little bit at a time. Like, okay, here's a few demons, they look like this, and this is how they affect me. These beings, like your visualization is freaking powerful. So if you focus on these beings and you define how are they affecting you and who they are, literally, I don't know, like put them in this box or like imagine this like golden chain wrapping up around them and sort of like holding them tight, and then maybe some beings coming over or like galactic vacuum sucking them out and literally taking them out of your space. So literally using your visuals and imagination to sort of disconnect them from you, to pull them out and sort of like transmute them. Once you get rid of them, I would also look for any possible copies, backups, any other like back like you know like sort of like clones and all this stuff. You look for them and even go for the hierarchy. Like who's above these beings? Like you have demons messing with you, who's above them? Who's ordering them to mess with you? So you follow the whole hierarchy about like who's the very big being targeting you, or maybe everyone and you're just one of the victims, and try to deal with the higher being. If you can't visualize and see that being, simply call out. Like, you know, like if you have these beings, like let's say demons messing with you, ask them, who's your leader? Who's telling you to mess with me? Who's your boss? And literally you're just gonna get a thought. You might hear them, you might like hear the answer and all this stuff, but once you get the answer, you sort of like direct that your attention to the boss or whatever, and you speak to them like, do you have a boss? Why are you messing with me and all this stuff? You literally can have a conversation with them to find out like what's going on, why are they doing this, and like literally some of these demons and entities will be messing with us because they have orders. And if they don't listen to their higher ups, they're gonna be killed. So literally, they might be messing with you and trying not to be killed by their higher ups. So you can literally free them from that and give them another place to live with your like visuals. That is like creating a realm for them. But at the same time, if they're like don't give a damn about you and they're good, literally just sort of like take out the boss, and it's like kind of the whole structure falls apart. And you know like you do this thing like of a clearance, and then you can sort of give the warning to the others like, hey, if there's anyone else who will try or wants to try or is trying to mess with me the same way they are, or is trying to harm me in any like one way or the other, you just saw what I did to those guys. Be attentive, because this is what's going to happen to you next. So literally, if you take care of one group, give them a warning, let them know that like you can protect yourself, that you are powerful, and they're like, oh damn, they realize who they really are. They know their true powers. Can't mess with them again, because like they're afraid of us. They're afraid of us. They know who's the bigger person, who's more capable. They know it's you, and because you're so freaking capable, they're trying to target you to sort of make you think that you're like hopeless, helpless, you can't do anything. And they're trying to sort of change your point of view about yourself or your situation. So like if you can recall, or let's say know your capabilities, know how powerful your imagination and visuals are, they're gonna be helpless. They're gonna be afraid to touch or mess with you, because one thought and they're gone. So you're freaking powerful. I would say like trying your like visuals to take them out is like best part. They might also come here because you might have similar agreements. For example, you want to be free and you value freedom, but these beings are messing with you because the only way for them to get free by like the big boss is like, okay, you can be free once you do this mission of either killing the guy or getting him into the suicide or whatever. And their mission is like they're fighting for the freedom just like you, but they are fighting for it differently, because they only gonna get freedom if they mess with you. And if you're like, hey, you and I, we have the same goal, but like to sort of explaining them the situation and helping them to wake up, and literally you can bring them to the awareness that we're like, oh, damn, I didn't realize it, and literally because of waking up, they become free and they can leave. So a lot of possibilities, like visuals and other techniques. Just like be creative, I guess.